What is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of In the Blender with your host, Shake Money. And today's we have a special guest, my fellow Finn's Tailgate brother, Ali the Persian. Next week, we're going to have Color. The following week, we're going to have the Rabbit Dolphin. And then the last week, to wrap up the season one, will feature myself. By the way, also Reginald Brown will be in the Blender this Tuesday. So be on the lookout for those episodes as we wind down and get ready for the football season. We got preseason fast approaching, and then after that, the NFL season. And with that being said, I discovered the Finn's Tailgate watching Mike on the Mic when he was on TD's Finn's Talk. And he had a Saturday show called Drop the Mic or Open Mic, something with Mike on it. And he no longer is with the network. And my next guest took his place. And I tell you what, I was skeptical at first because everybody loved Mike on the Mic. But you know what? I think he did an admirable job in filling in those big shoes. It was big shoes he had to fill. And I think he did a great job. So with no further ado, I'd like to welcome my Finn's Tailgate brother, Ali the Persian. What's going on, brother?
Thanks, Shake. How you doing, man?
You know, living the dream, baby. Another beautiful day in the moon. You know how I'm doing? I'll tell you how I'm doing, baby. I got it better for you.
Morning, Your Majesty. It is another beautiful day in Zamunda.
That's how I'm doing.
Definitely is. I will have to say thank you, Shake, for that wonderful introduction. You're absolutely right. Those were going to be some of the toughest shoes to fill when it comes to Mike on the Mic. And true story be told, the reason I'm at the Finn's Tailgate is because of Mike on the Mic. And just like you, I discovered him watching TD's Finn Talk as well. And that's how I found the Finn's Tailgate as well. So, yeah, he inspired me to do what I do and be part of the team and everything. So definitely.
Yeah, man. And by the way, I have a treat for everybody. We are going to do some revisionist history. And we're going to play the very first episode of Late Night Excel.
Oh, wow.
Few minutes, of course, but you know.
I haven't watched this in forever.
Look at Gasikian Tua, the old.
Hello, welcome to a brand new show here at the Finn's Tailgate. It's a new era, a new day, and a new show. I hope you're all excited. It's Late Night Exhale with us. I'm your host, Ali, as you probably see here, and my good friend, the man with the most beautiful voice, Color. How's it going, Color? Wow.
Good, man. How about yourself?
I'm great. I'm excited. How are you? Are you excited for this debut of a new show?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think it was, when you approached me about it, I thought, with the idea and everything that we already do here, I thought it was great. And I was really looking forward to be a part of it. So tell us what you got on tap for us. Well, first of all, you know how it goes.
Well, we have a different type of show here. This show, we let our audience pick the content. They get to put up the narrative that we talk about. Each person is going to get their own chance to speak their mind on everything that went down this week or whatever they want to talk about here at the.
So real quickly, I'll dive in a few more seconds. So as you're reflecting, do you feel like you is there growth in the production and things like that? Looking back.
Definitely. I would say there's definitely growth. It was a big learning experience. I wasn't really sure how I wanted the show to be constructed back then to what it is now. I will say that it's been a very long time since I've watched this episode, so you can tell I was still kind of new. I had a little bit of jitters, and that kind of stuff. And now it's more of like
Yeah, free flow.
free flow, And I'm glad you played this episode, Shake, because I got off of base when it came to the core of what I wanted my show to be back then. I wanted my show to be a place where everybody could have a say, and it wasn't just the Finn's tailgate driving the narrative. It wasn't just us saying, you know what, Tua doesn't seem like he's the guy, or the defense sucks, or who the hell is this coach? You know what I mean? It wasn't us driving the narrative or the agenda. I wanted the audience to be a part of it, to have more say on what we talked about. And even though we still, Late Night Exhale is still going to have that to its core, where I'm going to allow the audience to talk about things that they want. And I've kind of pushed, moved a little bit away from that with some of my other content. I'm glad you showed this to me because, as we all know, and you've been doing the countdown, Late Night Exhale is coming back at the beginning of this preseason.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I might go back to the core of what the original episode was supposed to be. And it was supposed to be where people had, individually came up, spoke their piece, and we talked about it a little and moved on to the next person.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to bring a touch of that back to keep the core of how it got started and what we wanted to do originally. I think that's what we're going to do. So I'm glad you showed that video to me.
Oh, no problem, man. And truth be told, one of the reasons why I did the count, because one thing when I watch Late Night Exhale, you like to bring in facts or certain information. So that's why I did the countdown. So it's kind of like there was kind of like a theme to it. You know what I'm saying? So when I did the countdown, when I'm doing the countdown, it's kind of like revisiting this history, and you know what I mean. I think you do a lot of shows where you do a lot of revisiting this history and bring in information that you really like you come away saying, "Damn, I didn't know that." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like to be a student of the Miami Dolphins. We're all fans. We're all fans, and there are different ways to be fans, and that's where we're diverse. You have some that you can consider to be ultra fans, and some more casual, some more, it doesn't matter. Miami Dolphins better than everybody. Some more objective than others. I wanted the Finn's tailgate to be the core place for everything, for everybody. You know what I mean? It didn't matter if you were the casual or you were the person that knew all the stats. I wanted us to all, have a place where we can speak freely, learn, and along the way, as well as shout out to our team at the same place without any judgment or anything. You know what I mean? Now, does it always go that way? Obviously not. But one thing I want to say is that the Finn's Tailgate is a passionate place for all fandoms. And it's not just for the Miami Dolphins. We're really becoming the fans' tailgate. You're welcome to be from any fan base. Even if you're, a Green Bay fan or a Jets fan or a Buffalo Bills fan, it doesn't matter. Come on up, come talk to us. Be objective. Let's talk about the NFL and our teams, and we learn from each other. That's basically what it comes down to.
So yeah, man. By the way, John Fairline is in the building.
What's up, John?
The man with the best name, Dolphinier. Of course, Cat for Life, C. Hoffel, The Frost and my man Adam Sadowski. What's going on, guys? So what made you want to link up with the Finn's Tailgate initially? It was at Mike on the Mic, correct?
Yeah, Mike on the Mic. Shout out to Mike on the Mic. If you're listening, man, we miss you over at the Finn's Tailgate, 100%. He had a way of kind of bringing in the audience, and it was kind of like, it was kind of catchy, and I liked how he moved from person to person and the way he interacted and stuff. So, when I started watching the show, I liked his content, and I, was able, luckily enough, to come up on the panel one day, and I really enjoyed I had a wonderful, great time discussing something I love, and that's the Miami Dolphins, and that's where I kind of like, you know what, I want to do this and be able to talk about something passionately that I would say I feel like I have a lot of knowledge about.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wanted to be a student as well and learn. I think it would be a good way would be to interact in a show like this format and on panels and stuff. I learn stuff that you put out too every day. Let it be about the Gators or about historical things that happened in Miami
Hmm.
that I may not have been aware of.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. We
you
both
know,
learn from each other. That's
um,
awesome.
definitely.
And by the way, one thing I do know, I don't know if it was you or was it HB, but I noticed that the first few episodes of Late Night XL had a Grand Theft Auto theme.
Yeah, that was HB. That was all HB. I love shout out to HB. He puts out some amazing thumbnails. I know you have one that looks really awesome. I think it's out there now if you want to plug on that.
Which
Uh,
one?
the Smoke Lounge one, the one that I made the
Okay.
comment about the dolphin.
Oh yeah. He did.
Is
That
that
was him
out?
too. Yeah,
People can see that now, right?
yeah. People can see that.
Yeah. Go check out the Smoke Lounge on T.F.T.G. Check out the thumbnail. I privately I sent a message. Should we put some content, some saying or something in there that no animals or dolphins were harmed while making the thumbnail? It's just funny.
What's
Uh,
up, Papa Paul? But yeah, man. Yeah, I mean HB, he's undefeated, man.
yeah.
As a matter of fact, when I do drive to, because here's how I'm doing it now.
Mhm.
You have uh Smoke Lounge, which is invite only, and
Mhm.
drive time is open panel. So whenever I do a drive time, that means it's open panel. Smoke Lounge is invitation only.
Yeah. So how I have it is we're doing the top of the tailgate now, Monday through
Hmm.
Friday from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. in the morning. It's pretty much your first morning show of the day. We're gonna basically put all the up-to-date news that we heard about late the night before or that early morning, and set the tone for the rest of the day for the Dolphins community. Now, I understand some people, I'm not going to be up at 6 a.m. That's fine. Come check out after, whenever you get up. It's really for the morning bird, early bird people. We have a lot of people in the community that are truck drivers or, waking up that early to go into work, depending on where they are. And they love listening to the content. And then we have broken takes, which will be pre-records, which I'll get more back into once the season starts. And
Hmm.
then every Saturday night before the games, I'm going to have late night exhale. Now, if it's a home game, I won't necessarily be there. Well, I'll be there, but I'm saying I won't be there like for the duration. I'll probably
Yeah.
be there for the first 2 hours, and then either Color or you Shake or somebody can close up shop for the remaining part of it. But that's
Yeah.
basically how it goes. Now, one thing I wanted to say, what was I going to tell you?
By the way,
But
this week I'm gonna this year I'm gonna be doing two the away games. I'm gonna doing some watch parties at away games, either at with Dolph Freaky in Fort Myers or right here or with Papa Paul in the Tampa area. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna be doing boots on the ground for those games.
Yeah, there was
For
something I
the
was going to tell you, and I can't think of it. It'll come back to me. I'll wait
Yeah.
till the end. Definitely.
But anyway, it's time for that $1,000,000 question. You know what it is, right?
How I became a fan?
Yes. How you became a Dolphin fan?
All right. Forewarning, some people may want to get tissues out. Yeah, a lot of
I feel
crying
you.
may happen.
Yeah.
Um, there's two main reasons, but I'm going to start with the most important one first.
Okay.
And that goes out to my grandmother. May she rest in peace. Um,
R.I.P.
yeah, R.I.P. Definitely. When did this start? I want to say I was like 6 or 7, and my grandmother, um, unfortunately, was diagnosed with cancer, and because of her condition and everything, um, she she had to. She couldn't. We're from Northwest Ohio. That's. Let's start there. Actually, we're from
Mhm.
Northwest Ohio, Toledo, Ohio, to be specific, and um, essentially, everybody in that area are pretty much either Browns fans, and if you're not a Browns fan, you're a Detroit Lions fan. From that's because Detroit, Northwest Ohio, and Toledo is right there on the border, basically, and of Michigan and Ohio. And I was really close to my grandmother, and we used to go to the movies. She used to take me to movies, and used to watch me all the time. And if I wasn't hanging out with my friends, I used to ask my mom, "Can I go to grandma's house?" You know what I mean? And that's what I did as a little child. And when she got diagnosed with cancer, she unfortunately couldn't stay in Northwest Ohio through the duration of the winter. She became a snowbird, just like most people that come here to Florida. They're here 6 months and then go back up north 6 months. That's generally what happens. Um, so when she would come back from the winter, she'd used to bring me Miami Dolphins stuff. It started off with the Miami Dolphins hat, and then it was like a t-shirt or something like that. So I used to watch a lot of dolphin stuff with my grandmother, as well as when I was visiting. We would go to different events and stuff, and I'd see people with Miami Dolphins gear, and that's how I kind of became a fan. It's through my grandmother.
Okay.
Um, then the other part, which is kind of funny, um, it's not really my uncle, but you know how like your dad or your parents have like best friends, and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
call
of
him like
course.
Uncle Joe or Uncle Bobby, and he's not really
Yeah,
your uncle, but he's
yeah,
that
and of
close
course
with.
his kids aren't really your cousins, but you call each other cousins.
Yeah, what's up, cuz? That kind of thing, right? Well,
Yeah, yeah.
one of my dad's best friends, Cameron. He was my big time Miami Dolphins fan. So he's the reason I know who Dan Marino was, and he's the know how I kind of got into becoming like the real fan that I am today, because he was putting names to the logo. Before it was all about the logo. I didn't care about the names when I was a little kid. It's Miami Dolphins. I got
Hmm.
the T-shirt, I got the jersey, I got the hat. My parents bought me back then when I was growing up in the '80s starter jackets. Everyone remember the starter jackets
Yeah,
that we
yeah,
used to
those
wear?
big
And
big jackets. Yeah, those
yeah,
nice jackets.
big winter jackets from the '80s and '90s. Yeah, that was my era. I had like three of them, different colors. I had the black one, I had the aqua and white one, and then there's just the plain white one. Um, that's how it was when I was a little kid. When I got a little bit older, I'd say when I was 10 or 12, then that's where I started recognizing. I put names together, and I was a Dan Marino fan or a Brian Cox fan, or even I discovered who Zach Thomas was, and so on. The names go on. OJ McDuffie.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I thought he was the best thing since sliced bread, for example. You know,
Hmm.
that was back when I was like early, when I was 10 or 11, years old. I want to say, but that's kind of how I became a Dolphins fan. It was first through my grandmother, and I will always associate my grandmother for becoming a Miami Dolphins fan, because she's the one that introduced me to the Miami Dolphins, whereas my uncle introduced me to the fandom part of it, of becoming like a real fan and someone who puts their name on the back of the jersey. That's that type of fan. Um, but that's how I became a fan. Basically, that's where it started.
Okay, let me ask you, being that you're from the Ohio State Ohio region, on a scale to 1 to 10, how intense is that Michigan Ohio State rivalry when it's game day?
10,000.
Damn.
There is no rivalry in American football, or even sports. Let's just put sports in the United States. We're talking about that
Hmm.
is bigger than that rivalry. That rivalry is so large that how, like, I somebody was talking about it in the spaces earlier today, that when certain events are happening, companies close down for the day, and they board up windows and stuff like that. That's what happens in Ohio. Company, bars, restaurants, shops and stuff, local mom and pop stores, they close down and they board their windows up because they know the fans are going to be crazy. I remember being watching Ohio State Michigan game, and Ohio State had won, and the next thing I know, there's reports coming out of Columbus that cars were flipped over and set on fire,
Damn.
near the stadium. You know what I mean? That's how crazy it gets. It's not just a football game to the people that play the game, to the people that go to the stadiums and watch the game, and even for the people that region, it's not just a football game; it's the game. That's how intense it is.
That's what's up, man. So let me ask you, you're a season ticket holder now?
Yeah, 2 years
How long you been?
going on 2 years. Going on
2 years.
I always went to the games. I always bought tickets and went, but I was never a season ticket holder up until last year.
What made you become a season ticket holder?
I was always interested in it, but I didn't really know. Like, I always thought it would be like super, expensive and everything. But after one night around midnight, when I was trying to drum up some content and figure out what I want to do on the show, I decided to just check out prices, see if prices went up or really how expensive it is. And come to find out, it wasn't too bad. The price was pretty decent, and they allow you to split it up into 10 monthly payments, with no like credit check or anything. And I was like, heck yeah, let's go ahead and do it. To give you an example, with parking, the parking pass that I have, and 2 tickets, I'm paying like $150 a month, for 10 months.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not too bad. I mean, you think about it, it's like paying for 2 tickets a month essentially, and it's not bad price at all. So now I'm part of the Dolphins family. I'm a member, and I get invited to all the events. I'm going to training camp, for example, and there's a lot of stuff with it that you get that you may not realize. I get dibs on the F1 races and stuff. I get information, certain discounts, including that.
You'll get dibs on playoff tickets.
Playoff tickets. I also get like a invitation to the Miami Dolphins draft party. That's pretty dope. I get concert dibs or like on concert tickets and certain discounts and stuff, and it's pretty good. And I will say the people that administer that, or your account manager that's in charge of my specific season tickets, top notch. If they don't answer, if you leave a message or if you message them, they will call you back that day. You know what I mean? They're really, really good service. Shout out to them.
So, are you a big tailgater?
Definitely, 100%, bro. Anybody that knows me, that's gone with me, knows I'm there right when the parking lot opens till it closes down. We do the full 10 yards, the whole 10 yards.
What time does tailgate usually start?
It depends on if it's a primetime game or midday or morning, but usually 4 hours before the game starts is when the parking lot opens. Sometimes you can get in like a half an hour earlier than that, though, to be honest. So if it's a regular 1 o'clock game, I'm usually there by just before 8 a.m. I'm there and put up the big pop-up canopy and bust out the grill, and I got, cornhole going and any other game and music, all that stuff.
What advice would you give to somebody who never been to tailgating that goes to a tailgate for the first time?
All right, so if you're looking at tailgating, you want to have some type of shade. It gets really hot and sunny in Florida if you're not from the Florida area. So I recommend getting at least some type of pop-up canopy. You can get them pretty inexpensive from Walmart. I've seen them as low as like $40 before. It's worth getting one, even if it's one of the smaller ones. You know what I mean? To have some type of shade. You want to definitely bring water. I know people want to drink beer and soda and all that. That's fine, but always have water. And I always usually bring 1 or 2 Gatorades for myself, because even though I've been drinking or whatever, and even though I'm drinking water, I bring a Gatorade to re-up the electrolytes and everything before I'm going into the stadium.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So, and there's gonna, people are gonna be making food all over. So, bring whatever food you want. I usually bring enough, for myself and my friend that I usually go to the games with, and then some. Because sometimes after the games, I like to bust the grill back out and start, making more burgers and hot dogs and stuff, and eat after the game too. So,
All right. And I asked this especially to season ticket holders and people that've been to multiple games. If you had to break down your 5 greatest memories going to games, what would it be?
5 greatest memories. More recently, the big fire in the parking lot. That's that's something I should have recommended. Never put your grill, no matter what type of grill it is. I don't care if it's a charcoal grill or a gas grill or whatever. Don't put it underneath of your car, whatever you do, and don't put it inside of your car when it's still hot. I usually recommend an hour, hour and a half before you're going to go into the stadium. Turn that grill off, cool it down, pour water in it, whatever you have to do. Get everything, make sure that nothing's going to happen, because I don't know if you guys know, last season we had a big fire in the parking lot during the game. And I'm not going to lie, the fire did get kind of close to my car. Luckily, nothing happened to my car. But still, somebody could got hurt or whatnot. So don't do that. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, keep going with your question. I'm sorry.
That's all good. So, all right. So that's number 5. So we're number 4. 5, 1 through 5. 5 greatest moments.
5 greatest moments. So that was a heck of a moment. Number 4. Number 4. Number 4, my best time was against the Buffalo Bills. I believe we won the game, but I took my father-in-law, and it was, I want to say it's Josh Allen's rookie season. It was either his rookie or sophomore season.
Yeah, it was his rookie
I wanna say
because
it's his
that
rookie
was
season,
yeah,
and
it was his rookie because that was a Charles Clay drop, right?
Well, no, we won the game.
Yeah,
But
I mean
was
the
it
only
Charles, did he drop
yeah
that?
because there's only
Go
2
ahead.
times that we lost to Josh Allen last year, and the when Charles Clay dropped the pass in the end zone.
Okay, all right. Well, the game I'm talking about, we won, and Josh Allen was running over us like left and right. We couldn't stop the run by Josh Allen, no matter what we did. I think the guy ran from well more than 100 yards that game.
Yeah,
And my father-in-law kept going, "Watch, you guys are gonna lose. Josh Allen's coming for you. You're done. Watch him. You guys can't stop him, no matter what we did." And I was like, by the end of this day, we're gonna win. I don't care. We're winning this game, and we won. And to this day, I always talk smack to him because we won the game, but barely, through the skin of our teeth because of that. Other greatest moments. Let's see. My number 1, everybody knows, it's the Miami Miracle. That's number 1. That would probably be one of the best moments.
you were at there the game, you were at the game.
Yeah, I was at that game,
and you didn't leave, right?
No, but I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of watching from one of the corners where they have well, now it's like a bar that's in that corner, but I was watching from the corner because I was like getting ready to beat traffic. So I was able to see it. It was ridiculous. What else? So that's 3 of the best moments. The other moments were really not games, I would say.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Another moment, I got to meet some of the NFL's best quarterbacks ever. And shout out to Doc Brown, who got the joy to play with one of them. I was at an NFL event at Planet Hollywood in Orlando, and I got to meet Dan Marino, Warren Moon. Let's see, who else did I get to meet? There was quite a few. Troy Aikman was there. I want to say Steve Young was there too. This is back when I was like 13 years old.
Yeah.
And there was also the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills. What's his name? Top of my head.
Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly, yes. Which funny story about Jim Kelly. He's pretty much the only Buffalo Bill player I respect, bro. I respect the guy. I was trying to get Dan Marino's autograph, right? And I had my Dolphins hat my grandmother gave me. And he, unfortunately, you know, as we all know, it's kind of hard to get autographs from him in those types of events. And he walked by, you know, kind of waved, but kind of walked by. But here comes freaking Jim Kelly grabbing everything and anything he could sign. And I was just kind of going like this, like, hey, how's it going? You know, I was disappointed I didn't get Dan Marino's signature. And he grabs my hat out of nowhere and signs it and hands it back to me. And I have a Dolphins hat with Jim Kelly's autograph on it. That was the funniest and one of the greatest moments for me because I thought it was so funny. I told my dad, he's like, I got Jim Kelly's autograph, but he doesn't play for the Dolphins. I was disappointed. But as I kind of like think about it, it's kind of funny. You know what I mean? So Color's like saying I should give the hat to him probably. You're muted, Shake.
Yeah, because he came from the University of Miami.
Yeah. So he's the only Hurricane I have respect for and hats off. I mean, I'm sure there's others, but I have a really more respect for that man because of that moment. So
Yeah. What's funny is 2 former Hurricanes have been giving us hell. Jim Kelly and now Ken Dorsey. You know.
I don't want to say Ken Dorsey's been giving us hell, to be honest. You look at Ken Dorsey, what he's done in 3 games. He lost one, and he blew up and pretty much showed who he really is on that.
But he was the quarterbacks coach for a couple of years too. So
that's true. But you know, I've gone back and forth with was it really Ken Dorsey that really made Josh Allen who he is today? You go look at what's his name, Daniel Jones from the Giants. Dayball has really showed, put out enough product to show that he can improve him. So who's to say that he didn't improve Josh Allen too? You know what I'm saying? I think if you really look at it, Ken Dorsey barely beat us in the 2 games. One, in the regular season and one in the playoffs. We only lost by 3 points. And let it be known that, even though Ken Dorsey is not going up against our offense, he almost lost to a backup quarterback who's never played in a playoff game ever. Let alone, wasn't that great during the regular season as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. People want to shout out to Ken Dorsey, that's fine, but I don't know. I disagree. I don't think he's that big of a deal.
Yeah. Yeah, man. He was the last time the university was relevant was Ken Dorsey. So
that's true.
He was the quarterback. But anyway, and what would be the other moment, the last moment? Would you say? It could be a tailgate moment. It could be.
Okay, this will definitely be in the top 5 because we are a Dolphins community, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I, at some point, plan on meeting everybody that we communicate on the regular. And one of the biggest moments was the fact that I got to meet Batman, Color, Lewis, Bonjo, Stephen D, all of the big content creators, and a lot of people from the chat and people that come up on the panels. I got to meet them in real life, and I can actually safely say they're my friends, bro. I talk to these people on the phone every day.
Yeah.
I've met them. I've put a handshake to the face and everything. You know what I mean? And that, I have to give it up to those guys. And that was a great moment. Lewis knows when I met him, one of the first thing I did is like, hey man, after the game, come over to my tailgate and I'll make you a burger, bro. If I had known at that time he was a fan of cigars, I would have given him a couple cigars on top of it.
Yeah, man. Me too.
So,
Yeah, big fan of cigars.
Yeah,
As a matter of fact, I got some rum. I ordered some rum cigars My brother, his friends. There's a club where we order by the bundle, and if we order, it comes out to $2 a cigar. So I ordered a box of those rum flavored cigars. They're the best.
I'll have to try one of these. You said they're rum flavored.
Yeah. I'll send you a picture once I get them.
Mm. All right, that sounds good. I would say my favorite cigar is an Arturo Fuente. Fuente's cigars, I think, are
Give me one second.
personal. Sure,
I'll be right back.
no worries. How's everybody in the chat doing? Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Shake Money doing the blender like 2 or 3 times a week, so definitely make sure you hit like and subscribe for him and Larry K. Let's see if there was any questions in the chat. If you guys have any questions for me, put it in the chat. Is Little Havana worth it for cigars? That's a good question. That might be a Shake Money's question, to be honest. My father's Florida. Nice. Any Dolphins questions? Put it in the chat for us, please. Miami Dolphins questions or good question, Frost. That is, asks going to any away games this year. Trying to. I can't guarantee it. I originally wanted to go to the Kansas City Miami game, but that ended up being in Germany, so that wasn't an option. I thought about maybe going to Germany, but that obviously wasn't an option when it sold out in 15 minutes. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, shout out to Cruz Ruiz in Little Havana with cigars. Oh, nice cigars.
I think he's asking the question. Is Little Havana worth it for cigars?
I don't know about cigars, but I know they do have some good Cuban restaurants. That's for sure.
Is that legit or is that some fake news right there?
What's that?
Well, hold up. Let me check this.
Facebook user for Adam Scheffner. Oh man, if we could break news, that would be awesome, wouldn't it?
I don't see it on Adam Schefter's Twitter, so that's not legit. Cowboys signed former Birmingham Stallions. That was 3 hours ago.
Who?
Cowboys signed Tristan Viscano. He's a kicker from the USFL. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I don't see anything from Adam Schefter yet.
But yeah, man. But yeah, those rum cigars, I don't know. As funny as this may sound, when I'm smoking them, I feel like I'm eating banana. I taste banana nut bread.
Banana nut bread. That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
My wife just made some for 4th of July. She made some really, really good banana pudding, like homemade from scratch with real bananas and all.
Yeah.
So,
as a matter of fact, that's what bamboo sounds. It tastes like. If you ever had bamboo, has a nice kind of like nutty finish to it.
Bamboo, you said?
Bamboo, yeah.
What's in bamboo?
It's a rum from Barbados.
I'll have to check that.
As a matter of fact, that's Lil Wayne's rum. Yep, Lil Wayne. He owns a rum company, so. Have you ever been to any games living in Ohio from Dolphin games?
I went and saw the Miami play Detroit one time in what is it, Ford Stadium now? I forget what they call the stadium now in Detroit. Back then, actually, it was out. It wasn't the dome that they have now, or whatever it is, the indoor stadium they have. It was, I believe, they played outside in the game I watched. I forget what the name of the field was, but that was a long time ago. And then I did see Cleveland play Miami. I believe that was the game that Dan Marino got hurt in, actually, in Miami. But most of the Miami games I've seen, I come down here to Florida to watch, to be honest. I can show you some pictures. It's a really good game, actually. Let me share this real quick. Hold on one second.
Who is your most hated rival, division rival?
My most hated rival. The Jets. I hate the. Well, no. Let's be real. I hate Buffalo. Right?
Yes.
I hate the Jets, but I really hate Buffalo. Just for everything that their fan base stands for, to the shenanigans you see on the field. You know, they used to say, they still say it sometimes, that Cowboys are America's favorite team. Well, the Buffalo Bills are America's worst team, in my opinion, because as many chances as they get, they never get it done, bro. You're about to get your heart broken over and over again.
Here's a new trophy case for the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
They got that Madden trophy.
So this is so long ago, bro. I'm so skinny in this picture.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull this up. Here we go. You can share that. This was Miami versus the Saints in the Saints Super Bowl run.
Okay.
You know, we were just going into the stadium. Yes, I'm wearing a T.F.G Jr. jersey. You know, he's from Ohio State Buckeye. I got to represent, man.
Of course.
I'm a big Buckeye fan, as you know. And that's my buddy Jason. And we're at the game, and we're in the away side corner of the upper level. Anywhere if you're first time going to a Miami Dolphins game, it does not matter what seat you're in. That stadium, every seat is a beautiful view of the field. Like, it's the best seat. And that's where we were. And there were so many Saints fans, as you can see behind me, that they were piling around. And they were talking so much stuff. Oh, this, that, and the other. 3 quarters into the game, they weren't talking at all because Miami is winning the game. And then we ended up blowing it in the fourth quarter. I want to say we were leading like 20-3 or something like that, or 20-10. It was something like that. We should have won that game. I can't believe we blew it. But here, I'll give you some more pictures of the stadium that I will share here. 1 second. Here we go. Here we go. You share that, Shake. So this is what we have back when we had the orange seats and everything. Let's see what else I got. Same game. There was no canopy or shade back then.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I had any other good photos. Back then, they used to have like live music playing right outside the stadium. So,
don't you have a picture of where the little bubble with the entrance, that little
entrance? Let me pull that up. Good call out. Here it is. So now we come out of the corner tunnels, right? They used to have this tunnel that came right out the middle behind the goalpost, and you know, it looked like a blown up bounce house dolphin of some kind. Yeah, that's how they used to line up. So,
shout out to Ethan Step. What's going on, brother? How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. But no, all right. Now here's the top of the game. We're gonna do the numbers game, and then we'll do the ultimate team, and then we'll set you on your way because I know you have family over. So here we go. Here we go, man. You ready?
Yep.
89. There's a theme to it. There's going to be a theme to it. So I want to see if you could guess the theme. You should be able to guess this theme. I'll be disappointed if you don't. So,
well,
89.
89 special to me because that was my high school football number, right?
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to one of my favorite wide receivers growing up in college from the Buckeyes, David Boston, who originally didn't get drafted by the Miami Dolphins, but he wore 89.
Yeah.
And he originally played for Arizona. Then he had like a really bad knee injury. He played for San Diego for a bit. And then he came to Miami, which he didn't really do very much. But I'll never forget David Boston's huge steroid-looking arms that he had. You know what I mean? And let's see, what other 89s are there? I believe we said Nat Moore was number 89.
Yep, number 89, Nat Moore.
Nat Moore, who's also a wide receiver, right?
Yep, for the Florida Gators, baby.
All
right, just one player if you want, All right, 19.
There's a couple. Brandon Marshall, Ted Ginn Jr. Those are the two big ones that I remember.
82.
82. I'm more of a names guy than a numbers guy.
Yeah.
Going back to 89 real quick, didn't OJ McDuffie wear 89 for a hot minute?
No, I think you were 83, I think. OJ McDuffie. Let me find
actually
out.
Look that up. Actually, I thought it was OJ or somebody wore 89.
He wore 81.
It was 81. I thought there was somebody else that wore 89. Julius Thomas, I believe, wore 89.
Julius Thomas, yeah, tight end.
Yeah, but that's a special number. I played tight end and cornerback mostly in high school.
All right, here we go. 82. You got Brian Hartline.
Yeah, Brian Hartline, Ohio State wide receiver. Definitely one of the best sideline wide receivers. And what I mean by that guy had the best toes in football for several years along that sideline, doing the little tippy toe step, catching the ball. And shout out to him, dude. He's on his way in becoming, I want to say, probably Ohio State's next coach, to be honest, head coach. If not next year, the year after, Brian Hartline will be a head coach either in college or somewhere. So definitely.
All right. Let me 55.
55. Told you I'm not the best numbers guy.
That's all good. Hey, this is no right or wrong answer. Come on.
Let me think about it. Just give me a hot second. For some reason, Zach Thomas is coming to me.
54.
54 is Zach Thomas. That's right. Give me, who is it? Who is it? Tell me.
Junior Seas is a 55. Jerome Baker's a 55.
Jerome Baker. Yeah, there's more Buckeye fan. More Buckeyes. There you go. I told you, I knew I was going to fail this because I'm not more of a numbers guy. I remember the ones that are important, like Dan Marino is important. Ricky Williams, number 24, is important. You know what I mean? Those numbers I'll never forget. But these other guys, I'm kind of like, Jason Taylor, 99. I'll never forget that. Yeah.
And last but not least, 52.
52.
By the way, I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. And they helped me as well. But thank you very much, man. I appreciate you.
Definitely. I don't know. Give it to me. You got me.
You got Jerome Baker. McMillan. You have and you also have Orlando Roberts. You have Channing Crowder, 52. So, but anyway,
Channing Crowder would have been a good one. Yeah.
So you know what my theme was? My number theme?
Well, quite a few of those guys you mentioned are Buckeyes, to be honest.
Actually, all of them were Buckeyes.
Not all of them. Channing Crowder wasn't.
No, I'm just saying all the numbers I mentioned were Buckeyes.
Yeah, you had a Buckeye.
Jerome Baker, McMillan, Ted Ginn Jr.,
Brian
Hartline, and David Boston.
Mm-hmm.
All those numbers I were worn by a former Ohio State player.
You got me.
I did the same thing for Von Joe, former Gators.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. If you tell me to name people, I can name them. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
can't. When it comes to numbers, I'm not the best. Bro.
I mean, it's not everybody's game, but some people thrive, some people don't. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a little fun thing I like to do. You know what I mean? And that's something that sometimes the audience gets a kick out of participating in too. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So let me right, let's do this team real
You're
quick.
right. I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting me, Manny B. He is 34. I'm sorry. I don't know why I had 24 stuck in my head.
Ricky Williams.
I was thinking of X's number because X is 24, I believe.
No, he's 25.
That's right. Cam Smith is. Yeah, I told you I'm not a numbers guy, bro. Give me names. I can talk about it. I can talk about how they played and everything, but not numbers. I suck at numbers. Math was my weakest subject. No
I
joke.
got you. All right, so let's do the ultimate team here. This is names now. So
Names I can give you.
So at quarterback, we're definitely gonna have who's that? Jay Feeler as your quarterback, right?
Can I give the formation first?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Because that it'll make more sense. All right, so I wanted to be different. Obviously, everybody is going to say that Dan Marino is the greatest all-time quarterback ever to play as a Miami Dolphin, and I agree. I don't disagree. He is by far the best quarterback, pure quarterback, than anyone else. Now, I wanted to be a little bit different, and you might see the theme here. First of all, in regards to an offensive formation that I like. I honestly like the pistol, for example, the pistol formation.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. And it's because you can audible into a single back formation if need to be. You start off based on the rules, you're going to start off in a pistol formation before you audible into that. I want to say I like Jay Feeler because of the fact when he had his broken, what was it, clavicle or his shoulder blade or whatever was broken. He couldn't hand the ball off like a normal way. So he used his injury as an advantage because the way he had to hand the ball off, fake defenses off like crazy, like all the time.
Yeah. So actually, I was joking, but Jay Feeler is your quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with because of that one feature. I liked him, and he was an okay passer. You know what I mean? But I wanted to be different. I wanted to go complete off base.
I got you.
But for that aspect, go ahead.
And he was a poor man's Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, he was a poor man's Fitzpatrick. I think he's a better passer than Fitzpatrick, but that's just me. That was just my opinion. I just like the fact that with that running, the running game we had, with that handoff, fake people out like all the time. They knew it was coming too, and it faked people out. It was crazy.
Who's the running back?
Ricky Williams, hands down, 34.
You got the number right now, 34.
Yeah. I should know. I have his autograph on a jersey too.
Okay.
What's next position?
Well, you tell me. What's the formation consist of?
Tight end. I'm gonna go Anthony Fasano.
Okay.
I think he's one of the better tight ends I got to see in recent years.
Anthony. Okay.
I'm gonna skip around a bit. Wide receivers. I'm gonna go
2 wide receivers, right?
There's 3 wide receivers.
Okay.
To the right, you're gonna have doubles on the right. You're gonna have. I can pick anybody, even players that we've signed in free agency recently.
As long as they're no, it has to be a Dolphin for at least a year.
At least a year. Okay.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill.
Mm-hmm.
On the outside. You're gonna have inside. I'm gonna have right next to him OJ McDuffie. He's pretty much my favorite wide receiver from back then. And then I'm gonna have Jalen Waddle on the other side by himself.
Okay. All right. O-line.
Offensive line. Ooh, this is a tough one. At center, I'm gonna have. Man, it is really tough for me. You know what? I'm gonna go Pouncey. I argued kind of against Pouncey a little bit recently.
Mhm.
but because he played the game consistently for several years for Miami at a high level, I'm gonna go Pouncey.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you have your left guard, which I'm gonna go Incognito. I gotta have the crazy dog for left guard. There's someone that's mean. You know what I mean? Not afraid to get nasty, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Right guard. There's not a lot of right guards that I want to say that I remember. Let me. Larry Little. I like Larry Little. I don't know if he played left guard or right though, but
I mean, it's we could do interchangeable, you know.
yeah, I kind of like Larry Little.
Tackles.
Tackles. Ooh. Richmond Webb has to be there. I like Richmond Webb. He's a legend. Mm-mm.
You need a tackle and one more wide receiver.
No. Trying to think who my other tackle. I was gonna say
No
Armstead.
receiver. You got one receiver. My bad. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Armstead, but I kind of there's some other guys. We had Jake Long for a hot minute, right?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Armstead. I was gonna say maybe Jake Long or someone else from like the Richmond Webb era, but I'm gonna go with Armstead only because of the fact that I think as a talent standpoint, he's much more talented than some of the other tackles that played the game.
Okay. And then defensive formation.
Defense. Okay. For me, it's the 3-4. Middle linebacker, I'm going Zach Thomas, obviously. Outside linebacker, I'm gonna go.
Well, you got two middle linebackers, right?
No, there's one middle linebacker and there's two outside linebackers. So outside
You want 4-3.
It's a 3-4. You have two defensive end and a defensive tackle, and then you have
four linebackers.
there's outside linebacker, middle linebacker, outside linebacker, and then I guess
it's two middle linebackers and two outside linebackers.
I believe it's a nickelback. That's what they used to call it in NB, basically. It's kind of like the nickel defense, basically.
You're doing a 3-3 then.
Is it a 3-3? Okay.
Yeah, 3-3.
Yeah, so
3-3-4.
Okay, let's start middle
3-3-5.
linebacker.
Yeah, 3-3-5.
Okay, let's go middle linebacker, Zach Thomas. And for your outside linebackers, I like Jason Taylor, obviously. And
outside?
Yeah, okay. Outside linebacker. And then damn. I just thought of this. And the other outside linebacker could also play inside too in this formation. Let's go. Stop hitting. No. I'm gonna go with I'm sorry. I'm trying to think. There's a name I had earlier. I thought about. Let me see if I can bring him up. His name real quick.
What's up, Liz? How you doing?
What's up, Liz? How you doing?
If we want, we could go to the defensive lineman while we think of the other one.
Yeah, let me come back to that. There was somebody I had picked. Defensive lineman, defensive tackle, which is really your big-ass nose tackle. I'm going Paul Soliai. I really love that guy and what he brought. Samoan, by the way, or Polynesian player.
Actually, he's from the island of Samoa, so.
Yeah, Samoan. I'm going to go with Cameron Wake at defensive end on one side. What would my other defensive end be? You know what? I'll go They have him listed as outside linebacker, but I'm gonna go Jalen Phillips as my other defensive end.
Okay, Phillips.
I like him. Yeah, go different, go young. Then
Okay.
corners, dude. I'm
You get
sorry,
three.
I get 3 corners, but
Or you can do 3 safeties.
Well, the formation I'm really going for, you have a strong safety and a free safety. On the outside corners, I'm gonna go Sam Madison as one of
Mhm.
them. I'm gonna go with. Ooh, this is hard. Because I thought about going either Jalen Ramsey or.
Or Ramsey, you can't do Ramsey
Yeah,
this
because
year.
it's not. It has to be at least a year. So then I'm gonna go back to what I was gonna do. Patrick Surtain and Sam Madison, I think, were the best corner duo we've ever had here, even beyond X and Byron Jones, and that's debatable. But
Mhm.
I'm just going with those 2 guys. The nickelback, I can put maybe X or somebody like that there. I guess.
We'll do X. X
Yeah,
is
we'll
good.
do X. Yeah, we'll put them at the nickelback. Safety is a hard one for me. I believe we had a Jason Allen that played safety for us
Mhm.
for a hot minute. I like him.
Jason Allen.
Jason, I believe his first name was Jason, but I know his last name was Allen for sure. And I'm trying to think of the other guy that we had as a free safety. Actually, I'm trying to think who else we had. Who was the guy from Detroit that we liked a lot one year, and he got injured a lot though. I think he ended up having to retire because his neck got broken.
Yeah, he was a cornerback, Jason Allen.
Jason, but he played safety for a hot minute, I believe. Hold on, let me find. He was on a safety list I was looking at.
Okay.
Um, let's see. Yeah, you could probably swap him out, swap Jason, because he was one of those guys that he played both at one moment.
Mhm.
Put in Brock Marion in his place.
Brock Marion.
Yeah, I like Brock Marion. The question is, who do I want as the other safety?
You got Holland out there. You have
Yeah, let's put Javon Holland. Let's put him in there.
Holland. Okay.
I like it. I don't mind using young kids. These are some of the names I like.
There's a good mixture of young and new, you know? Why not?
What do you mean he's not in? Well, okay, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right, Adam. My bad. If you're a little bit, I just saw that comment. He is important. You're definitely right. But when you ask people what number do they remember most about the Miami Dolphins, what number is it? 13, right?
13, yeah.
That is the number everybody remembers. I do believe that Zach Thomas deserved to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we all do.
And I honestly think it's so many years late, in fact. The other question is, why is Richmond Webb not in the Hall of Fame?
Or Nick Manakani.
Yeah, or Nick. That's a good one. I can't even say his last name. That's a good one too.
But no, there's 3 numbers officially retired. Do you know what they are?
Number 13, I believe, is one of them.
Yeah, it is one.
God, me and Color talked about this recently, and I'm trying to remember what they are. Go tell me what they are, because I can't remember.
12 and 39. Larry Zonk and Greasy are the 3 official numbers. And then the 2
technically all 3 of them were quarterbacks.
Well, except for fullback.
Oh yeah, Larry Zonk is fullback. Herped up. I was thinking I can't even talk today. They're talking behind me. Sorry
That's
about
all good. No, that was you kind of. I had this same thing with Big Nick. If you ever see Big Nick's interview, you'll hear his kids in the background too. So
yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's okay, no problem. You gave me good content, so I appreciate that. No, so and the 2 unofficial numbers, it's 54 and 99 are the unofficial numbers, because I've never seen anybody outside of wear 99 or 54.
That's true.
I've seen people wear 34 before, but not 54 or 99.
That's true. Good point.
And of
Any
course,
other-
the only 13 that they ever won an MVP, Super Bowl MVP, unfortunately, was a safety.
Interesting.
And by the way, speaking of numbers, before we head out, I'm gonna do a recap. Did you know this is that in the AFC East, as currently constructed, the Colts don't count. Okay, the Colts don't count. The Dolphins. When you're talking about the Dolphins, the Jets, the Bills, and the Patriots, right? All of those franchises their franchises hit their peak when the quarterback wore number 12. They've had their best seasons when a quarterback played number 12. Of course, but Bills when they went to all those Super Bowls, that the undefeated season, the Jets, they won a Super Bowl. All of them, and of course, Tom Brady is self-explanatory.
So the Jets, when they won their Super Bowl, Joe Namath wore number 12.
Correct.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, all those teams hit their peak when the quarterback wore 12.
So, Shake Money, are you trying to tell me that the trick to us winning this season is that Tua has to officially change his number from number 1 to number 12?
Correct. Just add a 2 to it, and we'll be fine.
I gotta add a 2 on this side, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
So
anyway, hey, listen, man, I appreciate everything you've done. You welcomed me in the Finn's Tailgate and the support you've given me. And any final thoughts before we wrap this up? And by the way, hold on, let me wrap this up before. Jay Fiedler is your quarterback. Ricky Williams. You got Anthony Fasano as your tight end. You got Hill, OJ, Waddle. You got Webb, Incognito, Pouncey, Larry Little, and Teron Armstead. And then it's Wake, Paul Soliai, Phillips, Jason Taylor. You're missing the linebacker.
Oh man. Another outside linebacker. Who would I put in there? I don't know. Give me some, Jake. Give me some outside linebackers.
We have.
I want to somehow fit Brian Cox into this, but I don't.
You could.
Did he play outside for a little bit?
You could do. You could put him out there. I mean, yeah. You know how many people we've had put Brian Cox as the outside linebacker?
Yeah, let's go ahead and put Brian Cox in there, man. I mean,
of course.
I got to give my deuces to the Buffalo fans. So I mean,
yes, exactly.
Buffalo fans.
So Brian Cox, Sam Madison, Xavier Howard, Patrick Surtain, Brock Marion, and Holland. So any final words before we wrap this up? And again, I appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. If you want to check out me and Color going morning, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. This week was a holiday week. I took some time off, with all the craziness of 4th of July and stuff. So I'm sorry I haven't been putting as many shows, but we did have a really good 4th of July special with me and Shake Money. That was really good. So check that out.
It was.
But I will be going first thing in the morning tomorrow at 6 a.m. If you're the early bird, come check us out. Really trying to get everything rolling with the Finn's Tailgate in the mornings. And also, if you want your one-stop shop for T.F.T.G stuff, check out TFTGnetwork.com.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, man. Again, thanks again, and like I said, next week is gonna be we're gonna have color, and we have Dr. Reginald Brown. So I'll tune in for that, man. So once again, man, much appreciated, and fins up, baby.
Fins up.
And that was Ali, man. I appreciate the time you've given me, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Once again, season 1 is about to become an end, and it's been a hell of a season, man. So I appreciate everybody who support the show from day one, like my man Raphael Court right here. Scott Jackson, I haven't seen him in a while. What's up, Kenna Rankin? We got Cap for Life, Crypto, Manny B. We have, so many other people. I appreciate Adam 131. Y'all have a good night, man. Fins up. I'm out.